So previously on my channel, we've talked about how to use insert mesh, nano mesh, and micro mesh to replace faces of a mesh to get a new look for our objects. For example, we've created fishnets in micro mesh and fishnets using nano mesh in my Lumi questions playlist on my channel. If you've been following along in the Twitch channel that I have on my YouTube playlist, we went over a little bit of knurling and setting up your document size and alignment and all that good stuff. We're going to get a little bit more complex, and we're going to be utilizing the Nano Tile Textures plugin that Joseph Drust made in order to kind of make it a little bit easier on ourselves to do scattering and tiling those types of objects to get something that's usable either in ZBrush or externally from ZBrush, depending on how you want to utilize these textures that we're going to create. Where most of this is, the heavy lifting is going to be happening is underneath the geometry menu. We're going to be using, if we were to do this manually, a lot of aligning the edges to make sure they're correct. Under the nano mesh properties here, we're going to need to make sure that the random array is turned off and alignment is set up correctly, and horizontal and vertical scattering is set correctly so that when we scatter these objects, it will actually create a tiling mesh. In order to have, and also, you know, making sure that our document is set correctly as a square and whatever resolution we want. You can go through that and do the manual process, but we're going to go ahead and use Joseph Drust plugin just to make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to do is go ahead and close out of ZBrush here. And we'll go ahead and download. I'm downloading the x64, and I'm going to have links to all of this, either the Gumroad page download or this ZBrush Central download here for you. But you know, download x64 or 32-bit, whatever which one you're using. And I'm using x64, so I'm going to go to my ZBrush 4R7 Z Startup ZPlug 64 here. I'm going to right-click this zip file here, go to 7-zip, and then extract here. That'll go ahead and extract the folder and the plugin here, and then I'll go ahead and restart ZBrush so that we have the plugin available for us to use. And after that's installed, if you load up ZBrush, grab your Z plugin, just pull that over here. You're going to see we now have a Nano Tile Textures, and this is just in the docking area if you want to open and close that. So now that we have Nano Tiling Textures, all we simply have to do is do Create New Tile Tool, and that'll just take us through the process. Now before we do that, let's find something to tile.